Hey, ladies and gents, we're back with some Avorion. Sorry, I was taking a little time off for the family and stuff, so it's been a little while since we did a video. Avorion. So we've got to the center. We've collected our Avorion. We've collected our big bad weapons. We are ready to finish the game, which entails, of course, killing the center guardian, which is at 0-0. Back in the day, it used to be you killed him and you were done. 30 minutes later, he would respawn, and you could just keep killing him over and over and gain millions and millions of Orions and epic amount of really great turrets. However, the game has changed. What now is essentially is you kill the Guardian, and then there's going to be an event after you kill the Guardian. The Guardian is not that really that hard. However, the event can be somewhat a pain in the ass. You will get 4 mini bosses essentially. There'll be the Emissary, the Summoner, there'll be a Dreadnought, and then eventually there'll be a Guardian prototype. Those are the 4 mini bosses, and they'll come into a wave, along with multiple Zoltn ships over and over and over again. You'll get, if you let it all play out and you don't defeat the last, the mini prototype, you're talking 20-25 minutes of fighting. If you do it right away, if you kill all 4 mini bosses right off the bat, as fast as you can, it's about 5 minutes, roughly. So with that said, if you're not really thinking that you are up to taking on 30 to 50 to 75 plus Zoltn ship, because that's what you're going to get if you play it all out, you're going to have to do a couple different things. And that's what I'm doing right now, is preparing my system here. This is my system closest to 0-0. But we're going to talk about another option that you can do. You can either, like I said, you can do it with your own ships, where you're going to fight with, your big badass ship, or a carrier, or a multi-fleet ship, combat against the Zoltn. There is another option. Simply, after you kill the center guardian. Now, I killed the center guardian, I logged out, and then when I logged back in, 5 minutes later, the event started. Some people say if you just sit and wait, it's about 60 minutes. Take it for what it's worth, but be prepared. You can do it either, like I said, once on just taking your own ships and go head to head with them, or you can go and jump to, say, a friendly sector here that's got, there's 6 ships there, there's 9 ships. So you would jump into that sector and you just simply wait it out. Zoltn, of course, will start showing up, and you can fight it out there with the help of, your allies. You also have the option, of course, to calling in or using from the equipment dock. This is my own equipment dock, but you go to your allies equipment dock, you can buy a reinforcement transmitter where you get 3 to 7, which costs you 2.4 million. Those are a couple options you can do to make this fight. However, I am doing it how I typically do when I fight anything in my own sector. This is my shit. Stay out of here. So what we're doing here is we're building some battle stations. I got 2 of them up right now. There's Thor and Odin. So now they've changed the warp. It used to be you used to warp in just about 2 spots, maybe 1 spot a lot of times. However, now there is 4 locations that a ship can warp in, depending on what direction you're coming from. So for the map, if you come from this direction, you'll warp in on a different point. If you come from this direction, you warp on a different point. And they're all about 30 to 40 kilometers apart. And you can see here, I've got it mapped out. Those 4 points right there, or I'm sorry, yeah, those 4 points. So you can see 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. That's where, if you come from any direction, that's the place you're going to end up warping in at. So I have a battle station here and a battle station here, and I'm building up fighters right now to make this fight. So as soon as the Zoltans start coming in, and I'm going to have a battle station at each point, loaded, so they each got about 60,000 Omicron, these 2 both, plus their fighters, which are, one's fully loaded at 120 fighters at 3.7 Omicron per fighter. The other one's not yet completely loaded, so I'm building up some fighters to make this fighter easy for me to do. Once they jump in, they're going to have to face it. So this is my plan. You can do it however you want to do it. However, like I said, this is an event that's going to occur. You need to be prepared for it when you get ready to it. As soon as I stop doing that. However, we are going to go take a general look at what we're going to be fighting in the first place. This is the which will be the fight against the Guardian. And we're going to go take a look at the Guardian, kind of give you a sneak preview of what we're going to be doing. So the original Guardian didn't move. It's just a big, huge station. You blew it up. That's it. New Guardian moves. So generally what happens is when you jump into this the Guardian's area, the Guardian will start warping in Zoltan ships. Usually, this in case 9 ships. When you blow up those 9 ships, then he'll warp more in. That kind of thing. But we're going to jump in. We're going to take a look at what this is. So typically, you destroy 8 of the 9 and leave the 1 by itself. So right now we're going to be motoring here. We're going to get out of here. So here's the Zoltn Wormhole. So there's 9 ships. He normally will just warp those in. When you jump in here, originally he won't have these ships here. But they will warp in. There'll be 9 of them. Where is he at? There's the Wormhole Guardian. He's at 219 kilometers. So these 9 ships, you're going to have to fight these guys, or you're just simply going to have to go after the Wormhole Guardian, one or the other. So we're going to take a look at the Wormhole just to see. Now, this is on expert level. We're going to look at his HP and his Omicron rating. Now, when those 9 ships jump in, if you blow up all 9 of them, he will warp in another 9. So usually I typically just kill 8 of them, and then ignore the other one until I kill the Wormhole. So I've already screwed around with these guys a few times. They're quite a bit out. There used to be a strategy where you could jump in, head out about probably 400 or 500 kilometers out, drag the bad guys away from him, and then you could just jump back in with another ship and blow him up. That's when he didn't move. However, the Zoltn Guardian does move now. He doesn't move real fast. He does little spurts of about 300-400 meters a second. However, he doesn't not stationary. You could still probably do this. Come in here with a scout ship, pull everybody away, and then jump back in with a warship, and you could take him on without having to deal with all those guys. Because they're not the fastest in the world. They're still 80 kilometers behind me. But we're going to go, like I said, we're going to run and take a look at this Wormhole Guardian. So our 97 kilometers. Like I said, I've already kind of screwed around with him, kind of just jumped in to see what he was going to be, what I'm going to have to deal with here. So we will do, probably the next video, we'll do the fight with this guy, and then we'll get ready for the fight with the, preparing for the event. But we're going to jump up here. So when you kill this guy, he's going to have he's going to be made out of Avorion. You want to salvage him because he's going to have a fair amount of Avorion. He's also going to have a crap ton of really good turrets and systems. So we're going to jump into him here. We're going to get close to him here. We're just going to see what he's got for HP and this is going to be a flyby. HP and Omicron. So right now he is at 248,000 Omicron and 21.64 million hull and about 8 million shields. So that's the guy you're going to fight at the expert level. And those guys are still way back there. So it still might be viable to do this. Jump in, pull these guys way back. No, they're fast enough. They're within 71 kilometers now. So it's probably not really viable anymore to do pull them off and start over. So typically what you want to do is kill 8 of them, leave the 9th one. Otherwise, if you kill the 9, he'll just respawn 9 brand new ones. So we're going to jump back out of here. So that's our fight that we're going to be looking at. Kind of give you an idea of what he has for firepower. Yeah, I'm already building my shields up. This is a scout ship, so he's not really made for this kind of fight. So we're going to jump back out there. So there's your preview on expert level of what the Guardian to fight. All right, we jump back out of it. We're out of that fight. I'm still building this system up. I'm hopefully going to be ready to do this by this weekend. Do the last fight just because I'm preparing. I've did the fight, the after fight with the 4 mini bosses already on different games. So I have a general idea what it's like, and this to me, if you'd like I said, you don't want to spend the money to do this. I mean, these are lots of credits and lots of material to build these battle stations, along with the fighters involved to do this. However, I did it in a couple other different games, and this was the easiest way of just simply annihilating them as they pull into my space. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching, and you guys have a good night.